Hi, it's Justin Matters with my regular report back, and I'd say it's been the toughest week in Parliament yet. I've had to face the biggest decision of all, whether we go to war and the bombing of Syria to take out ISIL. As you will know, the proposal to go in and bomb Syria was approved. I personally voted against. There was a clear majority in favour, but MPs from all parties voted both for and against, and there was clearly a lot of finely balanced arguments on this. Hilary Benn spoke very impressively on the reason why we need to tackle terrorism, and of course I think everyone agrees with that, but for me he didn't really address the particular anxieties I've got about this proposed action, and in particular the lack of a credible plan from the Prime Minister to deal with the ground situation after the bombing had stopped. Indeed, in his own words, he said, "We need partners on the ground and we need a political solution to the Syrian conflict." And to me, those conditions have not been met. They're nowhere near being met. And I think we run the risk, if we go in there now without a credible plan to deal with the fallout, that we make matters worse. So having heard what my constituents said, having considered all the evidence, having listened to the debate, I decided that I wasn't prepared to support this action. But it's going ahead now, and we shall just have to see how that pans out. In terms of other things that have happened this week, I led in a debate in Westminster Hall the other day on employment tribunal fees. As in a former employment lawyer, you will appreciate that is something that is a matter close to my heart. And what's been stark is the drop in the number of tribunal claims that have been lodged since fees were introduced in 2013. It's been about an 80% drop, which means that many people have been discriminated against at work, who've not had their wages, have been unfairly dismissed, have simply not been able to pursue their claims. There's been a raft of evidence submitted by people like the Citizens Advice Bureau, trade unions, other advice agencies. They've all got stacks of evidence to show that people have been deterred from accessing justice because of the imposition of these fees. So I spoke at length about the very compelling case for the reintroduction or the removal of fees, but I'm afraid the Minister didn't really seem to have a good grasp of the issues. He certainly didn't give any indication that there was going to be a scrapping of the fees altogether, and to me it was a very disappointing end to what was a good debate. It's fundamental to me that we have strong employment protections, that we have a fair workplace, and that we have security at work. But it's also equally important that if we have those rights, that we have the means to be able to enforce them through the tribunal process, and that's why fees need to go. So I hope we've laid down a marker there about how important this is, and I hope that in the next Labour manifesto we not only agree to scrap tribunal fees, but we look at working to get much stronger protections in the workplace. And that debate is available online if you would like to see it, and I'll hopefully see you again soon. Bye now.